topic is introduction and classification of biomolecules. The biomolecules are basically numerous numbers of molecules that are produced by the cell and living organism. They are called as biological molecules. They are those molecules that contains molecules containing carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen. Basically these all are polymers, that mean they are containing monomers in their structure and they are being make up in the living organism. They are basically they are having the monomer unit in their structure and these monomer units are joined by the various bonds to form a polymer here. These biomolecules are basically involved in the maintenance and the metabolic processes of living organism. These biomolecules basically those substances which are present in the biological system and they are basically helpful for the normal well-being of the living organism. Basically these are of 4 types: carbohydrate, lipids, nucleic acid and proteins. ठीक है, these biomolecules have a wide range of size and structures and they perform a vast array of functions. They have different type of function in their structures. There are 4 main types of biomolecules. The first one is carbohydrate, whose the basic structure is glucose or monosaccharides. The second one is lipids. The lipids having the monomer unit is fatty acids. These fatty acids are joined together to form lipids. The third one is nucleic acid. Nucleic acid, you all knows that nucleic acid the genetic material. They are used for the formation of genetic material in our living system. The fourth one is protein. Protein having the monomer unit nucleic amino acid. These amino acids are joined together to form proteins. A large number of amino acids are joined together to form proteins. So, amino acid is a monomer unit of protein here and nucleotide is the monomer unit of nucleic acid here. So, we are just conclude this thing that the classification of biomolecules are basically based on 4 different types. The first one is carbohydrate, the second one is lipids, the third one is nucleic acid and the fourth one is proteins. Types of molecules. As I already discussed that these are 4 different types of biomolecules and building block or monomer unit which are responsible for the formation of these biomolecules, because these biomolecules are present in our living system. So, they are complex in structure and they are using different type of monomers to form these complex structures here. They are showing their various major functions. These are having the first one is carbohydrate. As this carbohydrate says, the monomer unit is monosaccharide and this is the basically storage form of energy. The carbohydrate is the main substance which gives the energy of our body and the main monomer unit is glucose. You all knows about the glucose, that glucose is the main substance which give the energy of our body when the food which we are taking in the diet when metabolized in the body and give the energy in the form of ATPs. So, when glucose is metabolized in the body, it gives energy in the form of ATPs. The second one is lipid. Lipids building block or monomer unit is fatty acids and glycerol. These fatty acids and glycerols are joined together to form lipids, and when hydrolysis occurs of these lipids, these lipids are converted into these fatty acids and glycerol. The main function or important biological importance of this lipid is these are generally important for cell membrane. These lipids are required for the formation of cell membrane, energy of our body, storage system of our body and basically for insulation purpose. What is insulation? Insulation is giving the body for protection from cold and controlling the temperature of our body. The third one is protein. The basic unit or building block of protein is amino acid, and amino acid is basic protein is the basic structure and function of the cell. Without protein, we can't imagine about the proper functioning of our body. So, protein is also very important biomolecule of our living structure. The fourth one is DNA. DNA is the basic material of genetic compounds. It is the basically important for the transfer of genetic information from parent to offsprings, and the building block of this DNA is deoxyribonucleotide. This deoxyribonucleotide is reacted and form the DNA here. And RNA is having the building block ribonucleotide here, and this RNA is basically responsible for the protein synthesis. As I already discussed you about the functions of carbohydrate, proteins, lipids and nucleic acid. Basically, carbohydrate are the main biomolecules which give the energy of our body by metabolizing the food we are taking from our diet, and by the help of Krebs cycle, glycolysis, gluconeogenesis, these glucose and other form of carbohydrate converted into ATPs, and these ATPs are required for the normal functioning of our body, our brain, our other macromolecule, other organs like liver, kidney. These all organs required ATPs for the well functioning of our normal body system. So, carbohydrate gives the energy to our body. It also support our biological system and recognition purpose. Carbohydrate help for development of our brain, and thus this carbohydrate help in the recognition habit or of normal human body. Protein is the basic unit of protein is amino acid, and the proteins having the main function as enzymes, because enzymes are a protein and they give the structure of living system. It is also help in the recognition of human body. They also help in the transport pigments, and it also provides signal to our nerves. They helpful in the formation of signals to our body. So, protein is also a very crucial element of our body. And the third is lipids. Lipids are basically provide membrane structure to our body. It is basically responsible for the formation of cell membrane structure, energy storage, and helpful in the neuron generation, signal formation and metabolism. They are also helpful. Vitamin K is also present here. Vitamin K is also helpful in the cellular metabolism. So, lipids are basically responsible for the energy, cell membrane structure and storage purpose here. The next is nucleic acid. You all knows about what is nucleic acid. They are hereditary material and they are having DNA and RNA in their structure. So, heredity and protein information occurs with these nucleic acid, and they are also give the energy to our body, and they are helpful for the producing signals, so that our body is properly functioning. What are the structures of these biomolecules? We all knows about the structures of biomolecules. So, carbohydrate basically polysaccharides of simple sugars. Here carbohydrate having the simple sugar like glucose, fructose. These monosaccharides are reacted together to form disaccharide, oligosaccharide and polysaccharides. Polysaccharide is the complex structure of carbohydrates. The second is protein. Protein is the polypeptide of amino acids. So, amino acids are joined together by the peptide bond to form protein here. The next is lipid. Lipid are insoluble in nature. You all know that oil, fat are insoluble in water, and they are helpful in the normal body functioning and membrane generation or membrane preparations. So, the next is nucleic acid. Nucleic acid having the monomer unit polynucleotide or nucleosides. So, these are the basic units for the formation of nucleic acid. These polynucleotides or nucleotides help in the formation of DNA and RNA. So, we are starting with the first biomolecule of the major biomolecule, carbohydrate here. So, carbohydrate is basically defined as the organic substance which having the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen in their structure, and this structure is in the ratio of 1:2:1. That means carbon is present in the 1 ratio, and in comparison to this, hydrogen is a ratio of 2 and oxygen is the ratio of 1. So, these are the most abundant organic molecule in nature, easily available in the nature, and natural carbohydrate present in the dextro form. So, all the natural carbohydrate which are present in the nature having the dextro form. All the levo forms of carbohydrate are of synthetic in nature. So, these are those carbohydrate which are levo in nature, they are always synthetic. So, having they are having the hydrates of carbons, because they are having hydrogen, carbon and oxygen. So, they are also known as hydrates of carbon here. So, I already discussed what are the functions of carbohydrate. So, carbohydrate most abundant source of energy, means it gives the 4 calorie per gram. So, these are the basically precursors of many organic compounds. These are the basic unit for the formation of fat, amino acids, etc. So, these are the basic responsible unit, so for giving the other biomolecules generation, and these carbohydrate present as glycoprotein for the formation of proteins and glycolipids. So, these are the major constituents of the lipids and proteins also, and they help in the formation of cell membrane and functions of cell growth, and also they doing help in the fertilization purpose also. The storage form of energy which is known as glycogen. So, whenever there is a presence of glucose is excess in the body, they are converted into the glycogen by the help of glycogenesis. So, this glycogen is present in the body with the help of in the form of glycogen, so that whenever there is deficiency of glucose presence or we are in fasting condition, these glycogen is converted into the glucose. So, we get the energy demand. So, our body is functioning properly. So, these are the functions of the carbohydrate. Next is the classification. The next is the classification of carbohydrate. The carbohydrate are classified on the basis of their carbon atoms. So, the first one is monosaccharide. Mono mean the smallest unit, monosaccharides. The basic definition of monosaccharide is polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketones. These are the polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketones form which cannot be decomposed into decomposed by hydrolysis. When we are doing hydrolysis of aldehyde and ketone, there is no any other carbohydrate is formed, because they are the smallest unit of carbohydrate, and they are simpler carbohydrate like glucose, fructose, galactose, etc. The second one is disaccharides. When two monomer unit are joined together to form a new saccharide which is known as disaccharide, and this disaccharide is when undergoes hydrolysis, they are converted into the monomer, monomeric unit of these glucose or carbohydrates. So, disaccharides when on hydrolysis converted into the monosaccharides. So, these are basically the example of disaccharides are sucrose and maltose, and the molecular formula of disaccharides are C12H22O11. And the third part is polysaccharide. Polysaccharide which gives more than one monosaccharide. So, polysaccharides are basically under hydrolysis gives 2 or more than 2 monosaccharides. So, they are known as polysaccharides, and the example of polysaccharide is starch. This is the basically classification on the basis of carbon atom. So, triose, as the name says, triose means 3 carbon atom present here. So, these are basically triose having the 3 carbon atom, or these are having glyceraldehyde dihydroacetone. The second is tetrose, tetrose having the 4 carbon atom in their structure, erythrose, and threose is the example. The third one is pentose, pentose having the ribulose, xylose, and the fourth one is hexose having 6 carbon atom in their structure, glucose, fructose and galactose. The next is haptose having 7 carbon atom in their structure, pseudohaptylose and glucohaptylose. Classification based on the functional group. The classification of carbohydrates also depend on the functional group. Here there are two types of classification. The first one is aldose and the second one is ketose, where the carbohydrate compound having the aldehyde group in their structure, they are known as aldose. Example is glyceraldehyde, glucose, and the second is ketose. When the ketone functional group is present in carbohydrate, they are known as ketose group, and the example is fructose here. The derivatives of monosaccharides are deoxy sugars. Deoxy sugars are deoxygenation of ribose, which is formed for the structural component of DNA. The amino sugar is having the one or more hydroxyl group in their structure, and which is replaced by the amino group, is basically amino sugar like glucosamine, which is using for the formation of chitin, fungal glucose or hyaluronic acid. The next is sugar acid. Sugar acid is used for the oxidation of aldehyde group or hydroxyl group to form sugar acid. Ascorbic acid is a sugar acid. The next is sugar alcohol. When the reduction of aldoses and ketoses occurs, which gives into the glycerol and mannitol. The next is disaccharide. Disaccharide having the two monosaccharide unit. The first one is maltose, which is also known as malt sugar, and having the two glucose molecule. Lactose having the milk sugar and made up of two glucose and galactose units. And the third one is sucrose, which is known as cane sugar, and is found in sugar cane and sugar beet, which is the most abundant naturally occurring sugar and dietary source, basically important source of dietary carbohydrate and made up of glucose and fructose here. So, sucrose is the most abundant carbohydrate which is having the disaccharide form. The next one is oligosaccharide, which is a condensation of 2 to 9 carbohydrate, or basically used by the breakdown of complex carbohydrate or polysaccharides. It is depending upon the number of carbohydrate molecules, like they are having the first disaccharide, we already discussed this, sucrose and lactose. The second one is trisaccharides, raffinose, which are having the galactose, glucose and fructose, and the third one is tetrasaccharide having the stacose, which is consist of 2 alpha D galactose and 1 alpha D glucose unit with 1 beta D fructose unit, and D is standing for the dextroform. The smallest oligosaccharide is disaccharide, because disaccharide is giving the 2 monosaccharide on hydrolysis here. So, polysaccharide is classification is the polysaccharide is a long chain of carbohydrate molecule which is composed of several monosaccharides, which is also known as glycans, because they have made up of the repeating units of monosaccharides held by the glycosidic bond. So, polysaccharides are basically made by the repeating unit of monosaccharides by glycosidic bonds. So, it formation of water molecule, it is during the formation of water molecule is released by condensation process, and this help in the reduce the bulk making, and it is almost unsoluble. It is insoluble in water. The other carbohydrate are soluble in water. This is the main difference between the polysaccharide and other saccharides. So, they are not sweet like other carbohydrate, they are not sweet, and they are not having the sweet taste, and they are ideal in storage form, and they are very helpful for the structural components. And they are of two types, basically homoglycans and heteroglycans. So, homoglycans means they are made up of only one type of monosaccharide unit, like starch, glycogen and cellulose. There are only one monosaccharide present here, which is the first one is glucane, which is made up of glucose. The second one is fructane, and the fructane is made up of fructose, and galactane is made up of the galactose. Heteroglycans are made up of the condensation of two or more types of monosaccharide. They are having the different type of monosaccharide here. So, the example is hyaluronic acid, agar, chitin and peptidoglycan here. These are the example of heteroglycans here. Polysaccharides having starch, having 1,4 and 1,6 glycosidic linkage here. They are having the carbohydrate reserve of plants and most important dietary source of animals. They are having high content of starch in cereals, roots, tubers and vegetables. Homopolymers made up of the glucose units जिसको हम glycan, which are also known as glycans. Starch is amylose and amylopectin. Starch is made up of two units, amylose and amylopectin, and the next is glycogen, which is having the 1,4 and 1,6 glycosidic linkage. Glycogen is the carbohydrate reserve in animals and hence referred as animal starch. It is having the high concentration in liver, muscles and brain. They are found in the plants and do not have chlorophyll in yeast and fungus. Glucose is the repeating unit here. So, in glycogen is the they are having the only glucose is the repeating unit or monomer unit. And the characteristics of the polysaccharides, they are not sweet in taste. They are just tasteless and they are insoluble in water, that is they are insoluble in water, they are not dissolved in water. They are hydrophobic in nature. They do not form crystals on desiccation. Desiccation is the mean on drying, and in drying mean they do not form crystals on desiccation. When we are drying the polysaccharides, they are not converted into the crystals. So, they can be extracted to form a white powder. When we are extracted any type of polysaccharide, they are converted into the white powder. They are high molecular weight carbohydrate. They are the most important point, that polysaccharide having the highest molecular weight than other saccharides. Inside the cell, they are very compact and osmocally inactive. They are very compact in the nature, and they are not showing the osmosis. They are not showing any type of osmosis in their cell, and they are consist of hydrogen, carbon and oxygen in the ratio of 2:1. What are the biological importance of polysaccharides or all type of saccharides? They are the most abundant source of energy present in the glycoprotein or glycolipids in the cell. So, they are also helpful for the proteins and lipids, so that they can easily reacted in the body and form glycoproteins and glycolipids, and helpful in the structural maintenance of our body. They are helpful in the formation of cell membrane, and their function as a cell growth and fertilization. They are giving their presence for the cell growth, and they are also helpful for the heredity characteristics, because they are helpful for the formation of ribose sugar, deoxyribose sugar, which is also required for the formation of DNA and RNA. The next is storage form of energy. The basically most important thing of carbohydrate, that they have the storage form of energy to meet the energy demand. Whenever we are in the fasting condition, or we are not taking a lunch for a day or a 4 or 5 hours, these storage form of form like glycogen help to give the energy to our body. So, they are basically present in the structural component like cellulose in plants, exoskeleton of some insect, cell wall of microorganisms. So, they are helpful for the structural component of body. So, they are also act as intermediate in the biosynthesis of fats and proteins. So, these are basically responsible for the biosynthesis of fats and proteins, because they are using as intermediate in these fats and proteins biosynthesis, and they are helpful for the regulation of nerve tissues. Whenever there is regulation occurs for any type of nerve tissue, they help in their regulation, and they are the basically we are all knows that they are the main energy source for the brain. The main constituents, they are having formation of nucleotide, and they form DNA and RNA. They plays important role in the lubrication, cellular intercommunication and immunity. Okay. Carbohydrate like glucuronic acid is involved in the detoxification reaction, get associated with the lipids and protein to form surface antigen and receptor molecules, vitamins and antibiotics. They are basically rich in fiber content. So, thus they are helpful in the constipation control, and they are, because of their rich fiber content, they give the more absorption of water. So, it can control constipation. So, this is the overall complete of biomolecules and carbohydrate.